So, I ran across this list. It was made by Fanduel, and they got a list of each NBA team's greatest of all time.
Each team's GOAT. So if you ever see the initials GOAT, that's basically somebody saying the greatest of all time, if you did not know. The list is cool, but it's a few names besides some of these teams that I do not agree with totally. And we're going to start off with the Hawks. They got Dominique Wilkins. I agree with that. And then we got the Celtics with Larry Bird. And then we got the Brooklyn Nets with Julius Erving. I want to stop right there because I don't believe Julius Erving was the GOAT for the Brooklyn Nets.
His name is Jason Kidd.
This is what I wanted to say from McGrady. Not a bad night, huh?
In the club, it's on. I'm with my eyes to chicks if she smash it. After that, we got the Charlotte Hornets, and they got Kemba Walker. Okay, Kemba Walker, he's great. He's not the greatest Charlotte Hornet ever. I would say that would be that man, Mr. Grandmama Larry Johnson. It's Larry Johnson, point blank. And the Bulls, of course, you got MJ. Cavs, you got LeBron. Dirk in Dallas. Dirk, you got to give it to him. Now, in Denver, they got Noka, Big Joker. I would say yes right now, but I'm not just going to leave off Mutombo like Mutombo then. No. You know what I'm saying? I can't just leave off Mutombo. But I'm going to go 1A Joker, 1B Mutombo. Detroit, that man Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. Golden State, we got big Steph Curry. Call him Big Steph Curry. He's not Stephen Curry no more. We call him Big Steph Curry. The Rockets, Hakeem the Dream. Reggie for the Pacers. Chris Paul for the Clippers. I do not like this because I don't believe Chris Paul is the greatest of all time to put on the Clippers jersey. I truly believe it was Darius Miles.
Coming out of high school, he was like one of those first generation high-board players, man. You got to look him up.
Lakers, we got Bean right there. Zach Randolph, the greatest Memphis Grizzlies player. Facts. We're going to leave it at that. Big Z-Bo. Big 50. We got D-Wade for the Heat. I ain't going to argue with him. Then we got the Bucks. We got Giannis at the Bucks. But I don't like that. Because everybody know, every true basketball fan know that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was probably the greatest Milwaukee Bucks player. So I'm going to go 1A, Giannis, 1B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for that one. KG, the greatest Minnesota Timberwolves player of all time. Chris Paul for the New Orleans Pelicans. Yes, he was the greatest of all time to put on a jersey in New Orleans. He did some things. That's why he got the most of his assists and points and his attributes being down in New Orleans. Put him on the map. Patrick Ewing, the greatest Knicks of all time. Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with that. Not gonna argue with that. Kevin Durant, the greatest Thunder of all time. No, I'm gonna have to give it to Westbrook. Mr. Triple Double, man. He did some put up historical numbers, man. I'm gonna go with Westbrook. Penny, the greatest Orlando Magic. Yeah, I give it to Penny. Or I can give it to Shaq. Either way, I'm not gonna argue with that answer. 76 AI. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to AI. But AI gonna be 1A, but 1B is gonna be Julius Erving, Dr. J. That's where Dr. J belongs right there.
Steve Nash is not the greatest Phoenix Suns of all time. It is that talking ass motherfucker Charles.
Yes, I said it, Charles Barkley. If you know who Charles Barkley is and how he played, he's the greatest Phoenix Suns of all time.
And then followed by Steve Nash. Yeah, by the way, y'all like this video,
man. If you're an NBA fan, like this video. Damian Lillard, the greatest Portland Trailblazer of all time. Yes. And just side note, if Brandon Roy would have never got hurt by injuries, he would be the greatest Portland Trailblazer of all time. Because Brandon Roy, was a bad man. He's a bad man. Look him up, y'all. Oscar Robertson, the Mr. Triple Double for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, he was. I can say he's the greatest of all time to put on that jersey. And to be honest, I really didn't watch them. The people who I do remember, I would say Chris Webber, but they got Oscar Robertson in there. But me, I would say Chris Webber. Tim Duncan. I'm not gonna argue with that. We know Tim Duncan put it down. He's the greatest power forward of all time. Kyle Lowry for the Raptors. He decent.
But the greatest of all time is half man, half amazing. Mr. Vince Carter, man.
To me, he is the most talented player that I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen anybody so skilled offensively.
Other players.
Argue with your mama. John Stockton. He's not the greatest Jazz player of all time. It is Karl Malone, the mailman. John Stockton ain't even got a damn nickname, so that's how you know he ain't the greatest of all time. Gilbert Arenas. Agent Zero, the greatest of all time wizard. Yes, followed by MJ. The old MJ.
So that's my list, man. That's how I would put this list together. Leave in the comment, man, who you think is the greatest of all time or your favorite team. Man, live, love, and stick together, man. So dope.